पावर प्लांट क्वेश्चन आंसर में आपका स्वागत है। अगर आप बीओई या बॉयलर ऑपरेटर एग्जाम या इंटरव्यू की तैयारी कर रहे हैं तो यह चैनल आपके लिए बहुत हेल्पफुल होने वाला है। चलिए शुरू करते हैं। What is the function of a deaerator? The main function of deaerator is to deaerate or remove dissolved gases degasification from the feed water. How is dissolved gas removed in a deaerator? Due to formation of small water droplets, the contact surface exposed to steam increase, which results in complete removal of the dissolved gases. By heating the water, dissolving capacity of gases in the water decrease. So dissolved gases are removed from the water easily. What is the function of wear ring in a pump? To avoid the replacement of costly impeller and casing, wear ring is provided. Wear ring is replaceable, which is attached to the impeller or the pump casing to allow a small running clearance between the impeller and the pump casing without casing wear of the actual impeller or pump casing material. This wear ring is replaced when the clearance increase. What is cavitations? When impeller rotates, it creates low pressure area at suction side of the pump. If the pressure at that area falls below the saturation pressure of fluid corresponding to the fluid temperature, then the fluid flashes to vapor. This process of formation of vapor bubbles in a pump is called as cavitations. Cavitations create small bubbles on the leading edge of the impeller vane. During cavitations, discharge pressure and the flow rate fluctuate. It causes pump vibration, which may damage from bearing wear ring and seals. Cavitations can easily be detected from the abnormal noise in the pump. What is the difference between NPSHA and NPSHR of a pump? Net positive suction head available NPSHA is given as the difference between the actual suction pressure and the saturation pressure of fluid. The term net positive suction head required NPSHR is known as the minimum suction head required by pump to avoid cavitations. What are the affinity law of a pump? The pump affinity laws show the effect of changing speed or diameter of the impeller of a pump on the flow rate, head and power consumption. Q2 divided by Q1 is equal to N2 divided by N1 or D2 divided by D1, H2 divided by H1 is equal to N2 divided by N1 square or D2 divided by D1 square. P2 divided by P1 is equal to N2 divided by N1 cube or D2 divided by D1 cube, where Q is equal to flow, N is equal to speed, D is equal to diameter of impeller, H is equal to head, P is equal to power consumption. What condition is indicated by differential pressure across the boiler feed pump strainer? To monitor the choking condition of the strainer, differential pressure across the strainer is monitored. When differential pressure dP is more, it indicates the strainer is choked. Why is a balancing disc provided at the boiler feed pump? A balancing disc is fitted to the discharge end of the shaft of pump, which is acted on by the discharge pressure of the water to counter axial force of the impeller. What is the function of ARC in a feed pump? Multistage pump cannot be operated at zero discharge when discharge valve is closed. Some minimum flow is required to avoid the damage of pump. To ensure minimum flow of boiler feed pump at any operating condition, automatic recirculation valve ARC is provided. What are the three types of drum level controller? To maintain drum level in the drum level controller is used. It is measuring feed water flow, steam flow and drum level. What is 3-element level controller? 3-element level controller is used widely. This controller can take care of any type of boiler and any type of load variation. It is measuring feed water flow, steam flow and drum level. How is the drum level controlled in variable speed fluid coupling scoop tube? Scoop tube arrangement provides advantages like no load sharing of motor, controlled starting torque, stepless speed variation and load limiting in a very wide range for the safety of motor and pump. In this coupling, the transmission of power from drive motor to the boiler feed pump take place with the help of fluid, generally oil. No direct mechanical connection is there between the motor and the pump shafts. When motor shaft is rotated, the oil starts moving from the inner radius to the outer radius of the pump impeller. This oil enters the runner of the pump shaft. The oil flowing through the runner transfers its energy to the blade of the runner and the pump shaft rotates. The position of a scoop tube regulates oil flow in the circuit. Two methods are adopted for the operation of scoop to control the drum level: differential pressure DP mode, 3-element mode. What is feed control station? The area where feed control valves are located is named as feed control station. Mostly, this section is kept nearer to the boiler. Which factors affect natural circulation in a boiler? Density difference between the cold and hot water is the driving force for the natural circulation in the evaporator tubes. What is circulation ratio in a drum-type boiler? Circulation ratio is a ratio of mass flow rate of circulating water to the rate of steam generation. K is equal to GFW divided by GS. Natural circulation is 4 to 30 and forced circulation is 3 to 10. In a drum-type boiler, the circulation ratio is the natural circulation. What is water wall? As the name suggests, in a water wall, water tubes are arranged around the boiler furnace. These tubes are placed in such a way so that they form a gas-tight wall. In the furnace openings, manholes, burner ports, these tubes are arranged suitably. What is nucleate boiling? Nucleate boiling is a local boiling at tube-wall liquid interface which takes place when the wall temperature of the tube is more than the saturated fluid temperature. Nucleate boiling is characterized by the formation of steam bubbles on the tube wall. Steam bubbles are formed at liquid-solid interface when the wall temperature rises above the saturation temperature but the liquid temperature is still below the saturation temperature. The bubbles grow until they reach some critical size. The bubbles collapse because the temperature of liquid is not same as a tube where the bubbles were formed. The heat of bubbles is transferred to the liquid. Two different flow regimes are noticed in nucleate boiling. In first case, bubbles formed at nucleation areas are separated from the surface. Due to this separation, fluid comes in contact with the tube wall and convective heat transfer coefficient increase. In second case, more bubbles of larger size are formed. These bubbles come closer and merge to form slugs of vapor. What is the purpose of blowdown? Due to the continuous evaporation of boiler water, salt concentration increases. Also, due to phosphate treatment, some non-adherent sludge is formed. So TDS level of boiler water increases. To adjust this TDS level, some quantity of boiler water is removed from the boiler and some quantity of fresh water is added. By doing so, concentration of non-desirable dissolved salt is maintained. What is difference between IBD and CBD? In CBD, some quantity of boiler water is continuously taken out from the boiler drum and continuous fresh water makeup is given. In this method, the salt concentration is maintained constant. In case of IBD, blowdown is given from the bottom mud drum to remove the settled sludge. Boiler water salt concentration is monitored regularly. Blowdown is given for a short duration when concentration level goes beyond a predetermined value. What arrangement is made to take care of emergency due to breakage of glass of gauge glass? Arrangement is made to avoid danger due to the breakage of glass and causing hazard. The glass is fitted in a heavy metal body. In case the glass breaks, A safety ball closes water and steam side port due to the sudden flow of fluid. How can the blockage in water side and steam side be tested in gauge glass? For this, the gauge glass is to be flushed as per the following procedure. 1. Close the water cork and open the drain cork for some time. 2. Close the drain cork and open the water cork. Water should return to its normal working level quickly. If this does not happen, then there is a blockage in the water side. 1. Close the steam cork and open the drain cork for some time. 2. Close the drain cork and open the steam cork. If the water does not return to its normal working level quickly, then there is blockage in the steam side. What is the principle of operation of Hydrastep? The principle of operation for a Hydrastep water level monitoring system is resistivity discrimination between water and steam. A series of insulated electrodes within a vertical water column detect the difference in electrical resistance between water, highly conductive, and steam, poorly conductive, to accurately indicate the water level in a boiler. A step change in resistance between two adjacent electrodes signifies a change in the water-steam interface. What are the causes of corrosion in a boiler? Some important cases of corrosion are dissolved oxygen. Oxygen is removed at the deaerator. When deaeration is not proper, dissolved oxygen enters the boiler and corrosion takes place in the form of severe deep pits. Acid attack. If boiler water pH drops significantly below 8.5, a phenomenon called waterside thinning can occur. Mostly, the stressed area is prone to this attack. Caustic embrittlement or intergranular corrosion in boiler is a form of stress corrosion cracking. It is caused due to high concentration of caustic alkalinity and stressed conditions. What is scale? How does it affect the performance of a boiler? The retrograde solubility inversely proportional to temperature, characteristic of some salts decrease with increasing temperature and concentration. These dissolved salts separate from the water when the boiler water is heated and stick to the water side of the boiler tube, resulting into scale formation. Effect of scale formation: prevent heat transfer, boiler tube metal temperature increase and resulting in softening, bulging or even fracturing of the boiler tubes. Reduce circulation through tubes and affect cleaning effect. Plugging or partial obstruction of circulating tubes, which cause starvation and overheating of the tubes. Its insulating effect reduce boiler efficiency and energy wastage due to carry over the excessive heat from the boiler with the flue gas, causing localized corrosion or pitting. Scale formation inside the boiler tube affects the heat transfer and reduces the boiler efficiency. What are the two methods of acid cleaning in a boiler? Two methods of acid cleaning are used for the descaling of the boiler are circulation method and fill and soak method. Which acid is used for acid cleaning of a boiler? Acids are used for the descaling of the boiler tubes are hydrochloric acid, phosphoric acid, hydrofluoric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, citric acid, oxalic acid, sulfamic acid. Normally hydrochloric acid solution of 5% to 10%, pH 2 to 3 is preferred widely. On what factor does the selection of a suitable acid for cleaning depend? The selection of suitable acid cleaning or corrosion inhibitor is added to prevent acid attack to the base metal but allows the acid to remove unwanted corrosion and scale deposit. Wetting agents, emulsifiers, surfactants or detergents, it increases spreading and penetrating properties of the liquid by lowering its surface tension and allows the liquid to spread more easily across any solid surface. Dissolution accelerators, it accelerates scale removal during acid cleaning. What is the pH of acid solution that is maintained during cleaning process? Normally, hydrochloric acid solution of 5% to 10%, pH 2 to 3 is preferred widely. Why are cleaning aids used for acid cleaning? The selection of suitable acid cleaning aids or corrosion inhibitor is added to prevent acid attack to the base metal but allows the acid to remove unwanted corrosion and scale deposit. Wetting agents, emulsifiers, surfactants or detergents. It increases spreading and penetrating properties of the liquid by lowering its surface tension and allows the liquid to spread more easily across any solid surface. Dissolution accelerators. It accelerates scale removal during acid cleaning. What is the use of corrosion inhibitor? Corrosion inhibitor is added to prevent acid attack to the base metal but allows the acid to remove unwanted corrosion and scale deposit. What parameter is to be monitored to check the cleaning process? When acid reacts with scale, its strength drops. Monitor acid strength of the return solution. When acid level drops, add more acid to the mixing tank. The procedure is stopped when the acid strength remains constant. This indicates that no more scale removal is taking place. When can the cleaning process be stopped? When acid reacts with scale, its strength drops. Monitor acid strength of the return solution. When acid level drops, add more acid to the mixing tank. The procedure is stopped when the acid strength remains constant. This indicates that no more scale removal is taking place. Why is neutralization required? Neutralization is required after acid cleaning to prevent ongoing corrosion by removing residual acid that can attack the freshly exposed metal surfaces of the boiler. This process elevates the pH to a neutral or slightly alkaline state, creating a passive layer, passivation, that protects the cleaned metal from rusting and ensures the long-term integrity and efficiency of the boiler. Which chemical is used for neutralization? For neutralization, add some alkaline solution, ammonia, sodium hydroxide or hydrazine with water. What is priming? How does carryover take place due to this? Priming means carryover of water particles in the steam, which lowers the energy efficiency of the steam and leads to scale formation at superheater and in the turbine blades. Priming may be caused due to the following reason: high water level, foaming of feed water, sudden fluctuation in steam demand, high impurities concentration in the boiler water, improper construction of the boiler. Why does foaming take place? Foaming is the formation of unbroken bubbles on the surface of the boiler water inside the boiler drum. The bubbles may be in thin layer with few bubbles overlying each other, or it may build up throughout the steam space. When these bubbles burst, moisture is entrained with the steam. Some of the causes of foaming are high dissolved solid concentration in the feed water, high suspended solid concentration, high alkaline concentration, oil and organic contaminants in the boiler water.
दोस्तों, अगर आपको कोई टॉपिक चाहिए या कोई खास सवाल सीरीज चाहिए तो मुझे कमेंट में जरूर बताएं। मैं अगला वीडियो उसी पर बनाऊंगा। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब और शेयर करना ना भूलें। मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में।